Every tourist entering Georgia, the country of Georgia, in 2026 needs a mandatory touristic insurance. If you are not holding a residence permit, Georgian passport, or like permanent permit, if you're not a diplomat or an accredited journalist coming to Georgia in this year, you have to have a touristic insurance. Even if it's just for one day to transit to Armenia or to Turkey, still have to present it. To save you time, if you don't want to spend hours checking different insurances, you can just go to this link in the description of this video or in the comments and check the insurance that we're recommending. I've been checking different insurances. There are some very expensive ones, and this one is actually one of the cheaper ones with good quality, and it's enough for like major health things happening, but also it covers the exact amount that the insurance in Georgia requires. So just go to the link, you'll get 5% discount if you use my link. And yeah, the discount code is actually already embedded in the link. And if it's not, if you just use a separate link, then the code is Mika Georgia, all caps. Then you'll get the 5% discount from that insurance. Yeah, what you gotta know about the health insurance? Yeah, it has to cover around 30,000 lari. So 30,000 lari and more is okay. It's around $12,000 at the moment when I'm recording this video. If you divide by 3, it's like around 10,000 euros. What it has to cover? It has to cover major emergencies. So if something happens, you go to the hospital, it has to be covered. You can also cover, using that insurance, your car. If you're entering by car, then you also need a mandatory insurance against third parties, so a third party liability. And there's also just general medical insurance. So if you already live in Georgia, you can also use that discount code and get a 5% discount from that total. What else? It has to be from 1 day to 365 days. So if you're staying in Georgia for a long time, a lot of people actually live in Georgia but don't get a residence permit. And in that case, you need the insurance. What I would recommend is to not get this touristic insurance for a period that is too long. Like if you get it for 364 days, then the border officer will actually think that you're not really a tourist, right? That you're normally living in Georgia. So better get it for like 1 or 2 months, depending on your general plans. And also sometimes they can request that you show them the proof of accommodation. For that, like a general screenshot from booking.com or Airbnb is more than enough. What else is important to know? Many people were already rejected boarding, so they were not physically let onto the plane in the country from where they were departing to Georgia, just because they couldn't provide the proper health insurance. They didn't have any. It was like, when I read those news for the first time, it was the 5th of January, so people were probably still a bit high from the New Year's Eve celebration, and they didn't hear about the new regulation, and the airlines didn't inform them, which is like a little bit odd. Like if they're flying to Georgia, they should have sent an email to everyone saying, hey, if you don't have health insurance, please check it, check your own. So that's a big issue for people, that they just don't know the regulations. They are flying to the country and then they're getting rejected boarding, which is very sad, right? They've lost their flight money, they've lost their accommodation money, probably they paid for some kind of a tour or like return tickets. That's very painful. So to not be in that situation, if you're unsure if you need one or not, it's better to get it. They're like relatively cheap, and you also get 5% discount with us. So just get it 2 to 3 days before your departure, I recommend, because if you get it last minute, if you're like in front of the counter, it might be in the night. So the request will take time to be processed, and it will be a little bit of a problem. So make sure that you get it before coming to Georgia, 2 to 3 days. Take a screenshot of it. I already heard of people who were hoping that they can just open up their app or the website of the insurance company and show it to the border patrol or to the airline, and then where at the moment where they had to show it, it was some kind of like a problem on the website, or on the insurance company just had some debugging, and they just couldn't open the app. It didn't work, and they had to wait until like normalized, and then they showed it. So better screenshot it. It has to be in English or Georgian, one of those languages. German, French, Tagalog, it doesn't work. So make sure you have it in English or in Georgian or in both, whatever. That's very important. Russian or something will not be accepted. They might reject it if it's not in the one of the official languages accepted in Georgia, English or Georgian. What else is important? It doesn't have to be in print. It can be online. It can be in a screenshot. It's important that you can provide it. Make sure your phone is charged and it's not dying the last percent when you're about to present it to the airport lady or to the border patrol officer. Yeah, these are the main things that you need to know about the mandatory health insurance. Don't play with it. Many people will write in the internet, and I've read those reviews that are saying, oh, I wasn't asked about the insurance at all. Or people say if you're entering by the border, you will not get asked. This is all true in the extent that this person was not asked. But it doesn't mean that when you are entering it in 2 or 3 months or in 2 or 3 weeks or even today, someone was let in yesterday, but you're going today. It doesn't mean that you are not going to be checked. Maybe they will think, oh, I never saw a passport from, I don't know, Cambodia or San Tome and Principe. I will check his health insurance just to be sure. Or if they look for reasons not to let you in, they will see that you don't have health insurance and they will find at least one reason to not let you in, right? We hear a lot of reports of international students from India and Pakistan not being let in. So don't give them one more reason to not let you in. Get this insurance and make sure that it's done on time and you have all the proof and the accommodation and everything. So don't give a border patrol a reason to not let you in if they're looking for one, right? Yeah, so that was generally it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to not miss any important updates about life in Georgia and like different legal regulations and so on. If you need support in getting a driving license, motorbike, car, or a residence permit, or like whatever you need here in Georgia, getting married, buying a car, just let us know. You have our contacts in the description of this video, as well as the link for the mandatory health insurance. We'll be glad to support you in everything you need. My name is Mika. Yeah, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're watching this. This one is probably on YouTube. Yeah, we'll be glad to help you out in everything you need. And you also have my WhatsApp on the website, so feel free to reach out. See you in Georgia soon. Bye-bye. Peace out, Mika.